Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I had a couple of lovely ladies make a fantastic suggestion after the Patricia Varimontes original book page pockets video that we did in a mass making recently. And we had done a mixture of book pages and we'd done some from digitals, and a few ladies said, why not mix the two? So that's what I thought we would come along and do today, because I thought, what a fantastic idea, and I think they will look absolutely gorgeous. So I'm armed here with a bunch of book pages and also a bunch of digitals. Now, some of them are full sheets, but some of them are offcuts from digitals, because of course we only need them to be this size, i.e., you know, the size of some book page. So it's going to be a bit of a sort of scrap buster, I think, as well. So fantastic idea. And I do apologise that I can't actually remember who left the comments, but a couple of ladies had suggested it. And I just loved the sound of it and thought, yeah, brilliant. Let us come along and have a play with that, definitely. So I've got a couple of different book pages here with different size fonts. So hopefully we'll get some, you know, different looks instead of it all being the same book page. So I'll just pop that to one side. So this, for example, is my Capital Collection papers, and we're going to mix it with this. Now I have to concentrate a little bit, because what we want to do is obviously have the book page up the right way and of course the paper up the right way. So I'm thinking turn the book page upside down, put it here. I'd like to be able to get this beautiful image here in the, you know, or on the pocket if possible. So I'm going to just pop that there like that, and then I'm going to cut around the book page, just using that sort of like a template there. Okay, and then up the edge I'm going to just cut in slightly, just therefore cutting off, you know, the torn edge from the book page. So just like that. Okay, and pop that to one side. So hopefully, I'm fingers crossed, when we turn this over and we turn this up, yay, the book page is the right way up. So doesn't that look gorgeous? Now, in the recent video that I did in the mass making, we obviously did not use our sewing machine to try and keep this accessible for all those people who, you know, don't have a sewing machine. So I'm going to do the same again here. So what we did, if you didn't see the mass making, we just glued across where the top of the, let me think, the top of the pocket part, i.e. the folded edge. I was trying to think how to describe that. So yeah, we glued that down. Oops, I've just torn that paper a little bit. It's obviously pressing way too hard with my glue spreader. So that's glued. And then when we fold it up, it's going to be like that. So just going to fold it like that. Okay, and then what we did was we then glued around the edge of the top part of the pocket and also the top of the top part of the pocket, because that's the bit that we're not going to be stapling. So you will see what I'm talking about in a moment. So just smoosh that down. And obviously, if you don't have access to digitals, then another thing that you could use is, of course, scrapbook paper. Now, my digitals, these are printed on 120 GSM, so it's slightly thicker than a copy paper, but it's not anything too thick. So if you're using a scrapbook paper, I would recommend thinner scrapbook paper rather than, you know, like you can sometimes get like the 250. I think sometimes I've even seen 300 GSM, which is, you know, awesome for some things, but I wouldn't say for these. I would try and use slightly thinner scrapbook paper. So that's that, and I'm just going to then staple the bottom section of the pocket. So if you are using your sewing machine, what you would want to do is basically the same stage where we did the gluing of the top part of the foldy pocket. So here you'd stitch along there, then you'd fold your pocket up, and you could then just stitch right the way around the entire edge. So I mean, very, very quick and easy. To be honest, probably quicker to do that than the gluing and the stapling. Although, having said that, the stapling does make this very, very quick too. So isn't that a gorgeous pocket? So you've got the combination of the book page and the printables. So I absolutely love that. So let's make a few of these. So I'm just going to be kind of mixing them up. So got a few pages here. I've got, this is my bees collection papers. So again, I need to really concentrate. I cannot, yeah, I can't just kind of like assume that I'm going to get this quite right. So yeah, it's going to be like that. And then what we're going to do, oh, the other side was actually my ladies collection. So actually, let me just check that I might not prefer that, because that would also make a very nice pocket. Now the problem, would we cut into that lady? We would, unless we move it down, which would be therefore kind of like that. Let me just fold that down. It'd be like that. Oh, I might have it that way round, because I've got some other of the bee book the bee printable. So yeah, let's do the ladies collection instead. So just going to snip that off there. Okay, so remember then we glue down the top part of the bottom pocket, you know, the foldy pocket. So gluing across there like that. I like to use my glue spreader just to make sure that's really stuck down properly. Okay, and then take our pocket, fold it up like that. Okay, looking good, looking good. Now I will trim this down in a moment, but I think what I'll do is just glue it first, and then I might even staple it first as well. So okay, like that. And just again, oops, smush the glue down. Oh, I love this idea. So thank you so much to those lovely ladies who suggested this, because wow, they look absolutely lovely, don't they? Really like the mixing. And what a great way to use some book page, you know, and obviously still incorporate some pretty papers as well. Okay, like that. And then I'm just going to tidy up this edge. Just going along there. Like that. Oh my goodness, aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely love them. Yeah, so pleased that I've decided, or you know, that I've not decided to give it a try, because as soon as those ladies said, I thought, oh, definitely going to try that. Right, this one is my Paris collection papers, and again, actually, it's backed onto the bees. Now I need to be a little bit careful how I'm going to do this one. So yeah, I'm going to cut into those ladies, which is a bit unfortunate. So I think therefore this one I'm going to do against the bees paper. Again, that needs to be upside down. Honestly, this is like really throws me out to make sure that it's the right way up. Okay, snip that down across there, and then up here. Actually, I'm going to just cut off that sort of, you know, the torn edge of the book page like that. Okay, no throwing things away, so I'll keep that in case I want to use that somewhere else. So for this one, obviously we need to just glue this end, so across there. Okay, like that. So I mean, you could use things like, I mean, if any of you have purchased the scrap paper bundles from my shop, they often are double-sided pages from, you know, when I've been making printables and things, but they would be perfect for this type of project, because you've got, you know, most of the pages that you've received should be this thickness anyway. One or two might be slightly different, because I did have a phase where I, you know, wasn't able to get hold of this paper, but on the whole they should all be this thickness, and of course are this lovely quality presentation paper. So yeah, you could use those because they're going to be a great size for this. Okay, let's just mop that down. Okay, just mop out the desk, and then we just staple these. I'm only really using 2 staples, possibly could do with using 3, if I'm truthful, but I think we can get away with 2. Oh, they're such yummy pockets, aren't they? I really do love them. So perhaps we'll make just a couple more and then we'll probably get on and decorate a couple. So I've got several different papers here to use. So I've got this one. This one's from my patisserie collection. So again, just double checking how that would be. Yeah. So like that. Ooh, like that. In fact, you know what I could do, which would probably make this easier still. Oh no, that's the wrong end. Yeah. See, I've been thrown now because I was trying to do something different. So yeah, I'm going to glue it onto there and then it won't be moving about when I cut it down. So like that. And then we could just snip that across there. I mean, to be honest, this is kind of like quite addictive, because every time that I think, oh, I'll call it quits there, I see another book page with another paper, you know, against another paper, and think, oh, I'll just do that one actually, because I'd like to see how that one looks. Oh, I'll just do that one. I'd like to see how that one looks. Yeah, so it's got kind of a bit of an addictive thing, because there's like unlimited options with what's going to look gorgeous against the, you know, the book page and the decorative paper. So okay, like that. Yeah, just need to make sure I'm stapling that over enough, because I've got to cut that pocket down like that, and like that. Okie dokie. Just trim that down, that whole edge. I mean, what awesome pockets, aren't they? Yeah. Perhaps I'll just do a couple more. Like I say, I've got a little bit addicted now, because every time that I go to stop, I think, oh no, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I'd like to try and see what that looks like. Oh, actually, I've got this mulberry collection, this one. Wouldn't that be lovely if we could have that bird? Yeah, so I want to have it this way up. Again, still, yeah, still flummoxed by which way up I need the paper to be. There, like that. Now I'm holding this up to the light so as I can see I'm, you know, with the bird on there, if you see what I mean. So I could go slightly over more. Do I want the bird on the side? Yeah, maybe on the side. Like that. And again, I'm just going to glue that top part, because that made it nice and easy to cut that paper down. Okay, like that. And then snip this down here. Oops. Like that. Okay, and then across here. There we go. And yep, move that on. So this one will come up here. Oh my goodness. I mean, isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? So yeah, this is, sorry, not the Mulberry collection papers. It's the Mulberry garden. And it's actually a whole kit. So, you know, like the smaller kits that I used to do more often. It's a kit like that. So there are a selection of ephemera pieces that coordinate lovely with this as well, also called the Mulberry Garden. Okay, so then I can just staple this down. I really do love using the staples, I have to say. I think they just make it very easy, and I know I've talked about this before, but the other benefit is it gives you the full width of that pocket, whereas when you actually glue it, it sometimes shrinks the pocket quite a bit, because the glue spreads, and therefore, you know, the opening that you've got available here becomes smaller. Once the glue's spread out, the glue could easily spread till, you know, to here. And if you think that happens on both sides, you've shrunk your pocket considerably, whereas the staples obviously don't do that. Just going to trim this off at the top as well. Like that. There we go. Oh, isn't that so beautiful? I love, love, love how that looks. Right, okay, and then I did spot on the back of this one, which is also the Mulberry Garden. I've got this from my the pink and green patisserie papers, so I'm wondering if we could have this. Now again, just need to see where would this go. If we had it like that, fold it up like that, go up to about here. So it would be a smaller pocket, because this actually is a smaller book page, so that's fine. So I'm just going to pop that there. Oops, pop that there. And we'll just glue this down. Oh, I've suddenly just had a horrible thought that I've not put this the right way up. Hope I have. Oh, look. Only time will tell, won't it? Once we've cut this in half and then discover I've done it completely wrong. Oh well, not the end of the world. I mean, I said before, actually, I mean, when I first started making journals, before I'd realised and somebody had given me the tip of turn the paper upside down, my book pages were always, you know, one half was upside down, if you see what I mean. You know, so yeah, it's not a big deal. They still looked lovely. They just, you know, you couldn't read the book page on one of the parts of the pocket because it was upside down. But these are just the types of things that, you know, we all learn together, because obviously it wasn't my idea to do it upside down. Somebody gave me this brilliant suggestion, you know, so yeah, we all kind of share our things that we learn, don't we, over time. And that's what is so great about our lovely community, you know. Everyone's really a brilliant sharer at sharing their tips and tricks. Okay. Oh, I love, love, love that. I have to say, I'm loving all of these so much. Right, I really must stop in a second. So yeah, which one shall we do? I think maybe this. Now, this one. Yeah, should we do that? Let me get the, oh, have I got any more? Yeah. Oh, have I got any more of the bigger book page? I have. So I'm just thinking if we had it this way and going up there. Yeah. Okay, so that one's the vintage desk. Vintage desk set. It could be set 3, I think, that one. I always get a bit confused which one's which now. I do get a little bit confused which one's which now. The one I seem to always remember is the first one, because that was the first one I'd done. The 2 after that, I seem to get confused with. I may even make a 4th one, to be honest, because I do really love them and I use them quite often. So yeah, I might make a 4th one. Pop that like that. Right, so that will go up like that. Okay. I did damage the paper here a bit when I was then spreading the glue, so just try and straighten that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, and then just glue this down. Okay, like that. Spread the glue out like that. Okay. Right, quickly staple this one down, and then yes, we will decorate. We will decorate one or two. Well, hopefully we'll have time to decorate a couple. So 1, 2. Okay, right, let me move all these papers out of the way. So yeah, don't you love these pockets? They look so pretty. Really do absolutely love them. So, and then we can obviously do some other little tweaks. So we can like round the corners, you know, just to give them a bit of a different look there. So around the top 2 corners, but I think I will probably leave the bottom corners. I like to try and vary them, so maybe I would have some with all 4 corners rounded, some without. So perhaps we'll do, yeah, let's round the corners on this one. Like that. Okay. Oops, I haven't made a very good job of rounding that corner. I don't know why, but I've started doing my corner rounding by hand instead of using my corner rounder punch, which I'm not quite sure why I seem to have got into that silly habit. It's just one of those things that I seem to have started doing, and sometimes I'm better than others at doing it. So yeah, obviously if you've got a corner rounder, why wouldn't you be using it? I have no idea why I'm not, to be honest. That's just a silly thing that I seem to have started doing. Right, okay, what have I got here? So I've got some of my collection toppers. Oh, I think they're going to be too big. I should have printed them 2 to a page. Oh, what a nitwit. I didn't really think. I just printed them off, and what I should have done was printed them 2 to a page, to be honest. I can see that now straight away. So I'll just take this one, which is smaller. So this is my collection, my toppers and ephemera pieces that go with the Capital collection papers. So they're monuments from states in the US. Now, I have to say, I downloaded loads of them, and then obviously I've lost track of what they were and what states they were from. But I loved them so much because I love like any architecture kind of images and things. So yeah, really, really, really love these images. They are just so yummy, aren't they? Look at them. So let me know below. Is that somewhere that's in your state? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what that is anymore, but I do absolutely love it. So yeah, share below if that happens to be your monument. I'd love to hear. There you go. Right. Now, which paper are we going to put this with? Oh, I'm quite liking it with that. Quite liking it with the bees, weirdly. I know that's sort of strange, but... Oh, or shall we have it with the Capital collection paper? No, let's not be boring. Let's mix it up. So let's have it with this, which is from the ladies collection papers. So yeah, let's just ink around here. I did a bulk load of coffee dyeing of my lace the other day. So I've got a lot of coffee dyed lace, which might be quite pretty here to use. So I've just got a little offcut there. And then what did I do with the rest of it? Now I can't see the rest of it. So let me just pull in a whole bunch of another load of it. Because yeah, I did loads, coffee dyed loads. It was all sort of white lace, and you know, I quite like white lace sometimes and don't have anything against it, but I just love the coffee dyed lace, really. So thinking, yeah, let's just take that down like that. Oops. Like that. Oh gosh, now I've stuck that on my nail, which is only just painted before I press record, so probably now smooshed up my nail varnish. Still, I mean, I say this all the time, but I'm sure nobody's here really to be looking at my nails, to be honest. So oh, might use that little offcut at the top. That's so pretty, isn't it? So yeah, let's pop that just across the top there. So I mean, you really don't need a lot to get something looking gorgeous, do you? You know, very minimal pieces, and they look just stunning, don't they? So that one, and then I'm just going to glue this on. I'll just use the hot glue, which will go to stick this down completely like that. And I've put it to the side, and that way it's just covering up those staples anyway. I mean, you can still see the staples on the other side, but to be honest, I really like staples. I think it's very cute. So, but I know they're not everybody's cup of tea. But like I say, I mean, if you didn't like the staples and you do have a sewing machine, you could always, you know, use your sewing machine instead. This is just an alternative for people who don't want to use a sewing machine or don't have a sewing machine. Just going to put a little bit of bling up in the corner. that. Okay. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look gorgeous? Absolutely love how that looks. Now I'll just see if I've got some butterflies laying around, because I did have them here from something else I was working on, but they're all quite big. Again, should have printed some of those smaller as well. They're either quite big or totally the wrong colour, which is a shame, I must say. Just see what else I've got here. Oh, I have got this. It's a bit ginormous, isn't it? Hang on, because I've got some other little sort of scripty type bits. Oh, shall I have that coming just down on there? So just ink this up a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll just have that coming down. Wonder if it would be better smaller. Like that. Oh no, I feel it's too small. Gone from one extreme to the other. Oh, it's not so bad if I have it as a 2. So again, just going to staple this together. Just use my tiny attacher. Oh, there's something wrong with my tiny attacher at the moment. It's playing up, and every time I use it, I'm having to open it up and move the staples. I've probably got a staple wedged in the end, to be honest, but can't see it. Oh, there is one there. Let's hope that's done the trick. Okay, so I just put these like a little sort of banner, you know, next to each other like that. Splayed out. Oh my goodness, can't just ink that. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? Absolutely lovely. Just check that I want it up there and not down here. Could have it that side. I would have had it that side, to be honest, if I hadn't have already put my bling down, but that's okay. Just thought I could have it even like that, to be honest. That's rather cute, isn't it? Yeah, I was automatically going to have it hanging down, but to be honest, I think going like that looks lovely. So that's one of those completed. Right, now I've also got some of my bees collection ephemera, which I had put up as a freebie. So if you haven't headed over and got some, then they are on my Buy Me a Coffee, they're on my Ko-fi, and they're also on my Shabbydabbydoodah website. So if you haven't, you know, haven't picked up a little set of freebies, then do go over and get some. Any of those 3 places. They are any of those 3 places. So now, oh, again, I should have printed these 2 to a page because they're all quite ginormous now. I hadn't obviously printed these for this actual video, but let's just take this one. Or actually, could even take this, which is one of these type of shapes. So let's just take that down as well. Oh, do you know, I'm going to just take this one as well for maybe another pocket. Honestly, I just love all these yummy little images. They're so cute, aren't they? This one might be a bit boring to have the same, but let's just give it a try. Okay. Like that. Okay. Oops. That's fiddlier than I expected to cut that out. There we go. Just ink that up. Oh, that does look quite cute, to be honest. Yeah, it does look quite cute. Let me just see. Did I have some left over from the bees? Because I thought maybe I could just have some like sort of coming out behind there. Probably too big now, but yeah, something like that. So if I just take this down a bit. Just have it like that. Yeah, That's quite cute, isn't it? So I will just take it down slightly more because otherwise it's like overhanging the page a bit too much. There we go. So we'll just glue this one down. And that's why we never throw pieces away, isn't it? Because obviously that's come in very handy now to be able to use. There we go, like that. Oops. Oh my goodness, I'm sliding this about all over the place. Okay, and then I wonder if I could just use this. Oh my goodness, I love how that looks already, do you? I just think, wow, so cute. And then, yeah, maybe a little bit of lace just up at the top as well. What do we think? Or do we think maybe down here? Or maybe down there, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to pop this on. So just glue this down with the hot glue. Like that. Okay, yep. Very cute. Very, very cute. And then the lace here. Absolutely love the look of this lace. You know, just sometimes you put things down and instantly you're like, oh my goodness, I love it. That's definitely the piece to use. Oops, check I've got it the right way out. Definitely the piece to use. Other times I can play around for like, you know, 20 minutes trying to get something to look right and it still doesn't. But just every now and then you get things that are like, wow, that was like made for there. That's how I felt about that piece. And then I'm just going to have this little scrappy little bit of lace here, just off at the bottom. So like that. Okay. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous does that pocket look? I love how that looks. Now, do we want some sari silk or anything at the top? Don't know whether it's like a bit boring otherwise. So just got this tiny little bit, which I'm not going to manage to do a lot with that, am I? Right, let me have a look. See what I've got behind me. Oh, yeah. Yep, I've got some sari silk here. So let's just check this out. Oh my goodness. Threads all over the place. Honestly, sometimes the sari silk's really thready. And this is one such piece. Look at it. Oh, threads all over. Oh my goodness. Yep, getting them caught up everywhere. Oh my gosh. Right. Okay, so I'm thinking... yeah, that's very pretty, isn't it? So, yeah, just ruffle that across the top, I think. It's quite wide. I wonder whether I should just tear that down a bit. There we go. Sometimes I just find the sari silk's a little bit too wide for the piece I'm going to use it on. It's okay if it's sort of a bigger pocket, but when it's sort of smaller, it can look a little bit overbearing, overpowering. Overwhelming, I don't know, just a bit too much. So yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness, how yummy does that look? Oh, I love it. Now I have to say, I'm not really a bees fan. You know, obviously they're quite a popular thing, aren't they, in junk journals? And I made the bees collection papers, which, you know, that's obviously part of them is this, which I do really, really love. Now, I have to be honest, I think it's because the colours and things, they're quite feminine and girly, which has kind of softened the bees. Now, I'm not saying that bees aren't quite pretty. They are quite pretty, but they're just not something I would be necessarily keen to be using. But when they're put with pretty papers and things, I think they can look gorgeous. And that's just how I feel that they look here, you know. The pretty papers have kind of like softened them somehow. Now, do we like the lace? Oh yeah, I think there. The bling, I was going to say, where should we have it? But actually, I think up here. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I love that. Love how that one looks. Right, so that's two. Let's do one with this because I do absolutely love these images, these frames. So let's see what pockets we've got. and see what's this going to look best on. In fact, let me cut it out because it's probably a bit hard to tell when it's got all the white edge all over it. Okay. Like that. I feel so tired today. Bo woke me up at 4:37 or something it was when I looked at my alarm clock. She wanted to go out. She sleeps with me in my bed, and yeah, she wanted to go out. And I hate it when you get woken up at that sort of time in the morning, because my alarm goes off at 5:27. So, you know, like 50 minutes later. And, you know, by the time I'd taken her out and then got back into bed, and I then felt like, oh, there's not much point going to sleep because I'm going to obviously be getting up in a minute. And then, although I was still trying to go back to sleep, I couldn't, you know, because I think I was then thinking, oh, it's going to be time to get up in a minute, you know. And yeah, it then stopped me being able to go back to sleep. It was really annoying. I just hate it when you kind of like wake up close to when you would have been getting up, if you see what I mean, close to when your time to get up is, because it just then throws you out, and I find it then a struggle to get back to sleep at all. Right, now again, I've got some of this left over, so what we could do is, you know, like a bit like we did on this other one, we could have a little bit of this. Don't really like straight lines that much, so I think it's quite pretty to just sort of tear it down. And then what we could do is have this split amongst the, or between the lines, if you see what I mean. So let's pop this down first. Yeah, this is pretty paper, isn't it? This is from the patisserie collection, like I say, that is in the pinks and greens. There's a blues and pinks, and then there's the pinks and greens. So that's what this one's from. Very pretty. Okay, so that's that one, and yeah, we'll just quickly ink it a little bit. Not too much, but just a bit. Okay, like that. And then this, I'm thinking we could put there. Now, if we have it lower, like that, and then I could cut it and have like half on the pocket and half on the background. I think it's quite nice. Or do we want it higher? I mean, we could even have it like that, I suppose, but I think here. So, right, okay. Now I need to kind of put my finger here where roughly I want to cut it. So I'm going to just cut it in half, like that. And then we pop that piece there, like that. And it's seamlessly, you know, going across the two pieces, you know, the background and the foreground of the pocket. So pop that there like that. Okey-dokey. Like that. Okay, just smoosh that down. Yeah, got a bit of excess glue there. Okay. And then the other part. I haven't really done this for a while. I used to do this quite a bit, this whole, you know, cutting things in half and having them sort of, what would you call this, like stepped across two pieces or something, I don't know. But yeah, I used to do it, and then haven't done it so much for a while, but I love the look of it. It's very fun to do. Well, so fun to do. I hope I've lined it up properly, otherwise it's not going to look very good. But yeah, I mean, that's lined up pretty well, to be honest. So the join there you can see, obviously, but it's kind of seamless. So yeah, so that one's that, and then yeah, let's finish that off with a little bit of lace or something. So again, just take that down, just go across there. Now, oh, I didn't really cut that long enough. What an idiot. We could have it. Oh, do you know, I'm going to just do a whole fresh piece. So yeah, I mean, I'll use that other somewhere else. It doesn't really matter. It's not like it's going to be wasted. Like that. Like that. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? So, I mean, they all have quite a different look now, don't they? You know, I think, yeah, I think we've achieved some different looks, to be honest. Hopefully I've got time for one more in a minute. So we'll just quickly do this one. Now, do we want to have anything else on here? Let's just see. I've got this piece which could have kind of like off to the side. I don't know. Or got this one in this colour. I'm just going to try this. I don't know what this will look like, but probably cut the bee off, to be honest, because you know how I like to have a label at the side, off to the side. So what I'd probably do is cut it so you can't really see the bee at all. And we'll just use part of it, but it might look rubbish anyway, in which case I won't use any of it. I'm kind of thinking, could we have just that there off to the side? Let's just cut that down and see. Yeah, like that. Just ink that up a bit. Just so it's got something else going on there. I mean, to be honest, I don't think it really needs it. I think it looks gorgeous anyway, but just pop that there. Need to print some more butterflies. I know I say that all the time, but yeah. And I've said this a billion times as well. I'm just constantly repeating myself like a scratch record. But what happens, you know, I film until the wire, if you see what I mean. So when I stop filming, it's generally because I'm about to go and do something else. And then what happens is I then obviously completely forget that I was about to print off, or, you know, that I'd needed to print off some more bits. So yeah, we've got that one. And what did I do? Oh, there we go. I thought, what did I do with the bling? Couldn't see it for a minute. So just take that and, oh yeah, let's just have that whole great big piece of bling on this one. Like that. I mean, isn't that just such a super lovely looking pocket? Looks really vintage, this one, doesn't it? It's very kind of pretty colours. So that's that one. Right, last one. So yeah, should we do this one, or what did I just think we were going to put on here? I can't think now. Oh, I'm not sure now what we're going to put on here. What was I just thinking? I just saw something and I thought, oh, here we go. Perhaps I was thinking this. Yeah, perhaps I was thinking this. I have got these vintage thingamabobs, cigarette cards, but yeah, I must have spotted this and thought, oh, that's lilac. Then obviously it got buried. No longer see it anywhere. Okay. And to be honest, don't ever be intimidated cutting frames out. And I hope I'm not being really rude or patronising when I say that, you know, I'm not meaning that. But it's just when, you know, you see shapes like this, sometimes they can feel a little bit, you know, again, a bit overwhelming. And you think, oh no, look at all that fiddly cutting. They're actually, I think, better than cutting a straight line or better than cutting, you know, a circle. Because to be honest, nobody really knows what that frame actually looked like to begin with. So, you know, if you have to cut off a bit that's too fiddly to cut round, then so be it. You know, it's not really going to kind of matter. So yeah, I think it's fine to do that. Right, so got that, and don't want to throw that piece of paper away in case I want to have it. Let's just see. Again, let's just see if we might have a bit of this. Just kind of like off there. I mean, to be honest, I don't even think it really needs it actually on this. I think it looks lovely. So let's just ink this up a bit. I do really like these Capital Collection papers. I've used them a lot, I have to say, since I made them. There's just some papers that, you know, work really well and I find myself using time and time again. And these are just one of those. one of those papers. Oh my goodness, I'm thinking that looks awesome. So I'm going to have this again cut across the two. So yeah, like that. Oh, I've not done that very straight, never mind. And I'm going to put the lace down here and have the lace just coming out from under the piece, so like that. Okay, and yeah, this is going to go here, and it's just covering up. You see there where I tore that bit of paper as well, so it's kind of like quite handy to have it just covering up where I've torn a piece out. So there we go. I'm going to put that down here. Sorry, just got to pick it up and make sure I'm putting it where it needs to be, like that. And then I'm going to just pop this one down here, and then what I'll probably do is go in with a little bit of hot glue where that's just joining onto the lace. So we'll just pop this down first, like that. Oops, like that. Okay, yeah, absolutely yummy and gorgeous. Love that. And then just here where it's sitting onto the lace, I'm just going to give it a helping hand with some hot glue, so it's, you know, so it's glued properly down. And then just snip this lace off here. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty, isn't it? Absolutely love, love, love this one. Do we want the lace both on the same side, or shall I have it like, I think probably like that. It's just balancing it out a bit. Otherwise it perhaps would be like, not top heavy, but side heavy. Okay, like that. And, oh, do we want any sari silk on here? Can't ever quite resist. So, I mean, to be honest, I don't think it really needs it. I think it's looking pretty yummy already. Yeah, just check. We could have a little bit coming here, I suppose. Oh, should we do that? Just, yeah, you can never have enough stuff going on, really, can you? Right, this is going to be hard to ruffle because obviously the lace is not glued down yet. But I'm just using this very tiny, narrow piece, so it's not sort of too in your face and overwhelming. Like that. Put that down. Oh my goodness, how lovely is this pocket looking? And then, yeah, wouldn't really be finished if we didn't have bling, so let's just grab a bit of bling on here as well. Okay, and yeah, we'll just have a row of 4, I think, on this one. So just up there, or do we want it down here? Oops, sorry, a bit of glue on there. Oh. Weirdly, I quite like it down here. I thought that was going to look far too much stuff going on, but actually I quite like it down there. There we go. Pop that there. Oh my goodness. How yummy does that look? So yeah, let's have a look at the ones that we've done. So like I say, totally not my idea. This was a fantastic suggestion by one of you lovely ladies. So we've got these 3 that I have not decorated yet, which I really do love, and I will have fun decorating those. And then I've also got these ones, which all look quite different, to be honest, don't they? So yeah, really, really love them. Let me know which one is your favourite. My favourite, I think, this is a tough one, I have to say, because I really actually love all of them, but I think probably this one, yeah, it just kind of like takes first prize. What do you think? So let me know, yeah, let me know in the comments below which one's your favourite. What ones do you like best overall? If you saw the mass making, do you like the ones that are all pattern paper, all book page, or these, which are like the combination of the book page and the pattern paper? So yeah, let me know. And oh, you know what else we did, which I've only just spotted? All of these have got the book page as the, you know, foldy up, turn up pocket. I didn't do any going the other way, which, oh, what's an incomplete? That didn't even occur to me. I don't know why, but yeah, I've done them all with the book page as the turn up. I could have done some, I guess, with the other way round, where we had, you know, like that way, which also would have looked yummy. So yeah, share below, or yeah, share below if you've done some of these. Put the photos in the Facebook group and things, and yeah, share them with everybody. So love to see them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate a big thumbs up for the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.